Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Edinburgh. Many years ago I raced myself between Glasgow and London. I raced from George Square in Glasgow to Trafalgar Square in London. I was curious to see what was the fastest way of getting between the two cities. Was it with, at the time, Virgin Trains or with British Airways? On paper it was 5 hours and 25 minutes each. Unfortunately I never did find out because my train was cancelled. Fast forward a few years and I'm here in Edinburgh and I'm going to try the same stunt. I'm going to be racing from here, Black Sheep Coffee here in Princes Street, to Black Sheep Coffee in High Holborn, just around the corner from Oxford Street. Kind of the retail heart of Edinburgh to the retail heart of London. But what is going to be quickest? On paper it's 5 hours exactly per operator. But it is all official. I've got a stopwatch with me, but I do have some time to kill before this race starts. Gee, what do you suppose I should do? Okay, you ready for this? Let's do it. Let's go. Okie dokie, platform 5. Car B, seat 82. Aha, that one there. I gave myself 10 minutes to get from Black Sheep Coffee to the train. That was more than enough time. I'm just thinking this is actually quite a fast train. It's 4 hours and 17 minutes and it only stops in Newcastle and York. So that's going to give the train a little bit of an advantage because some of these trains down to London stop at about 12 different places. We sat at Peterborough for a little while, but I think we're back on schedule, which is a good thing, because I've only given myself a 25-minute turnaround at Holborn, then I have to head back to Edinburgh again. This is only going to work if the train's more or less on time. If it was delayed an hour, then the whole thing falls apart, but I think we're going to be okay. And here we are at King's Cross. The stopwatch is still running at 4 hours 34 minutes. Of course I'm at the back of the train, so I've got a bit of a walk ahead of me, but not a problem. When we get to Holborn, when we get to Black Sheep Coffee there, I've got a turnaround time of about 20 minutes, so I might have time for a coffee. Right, let's get to the underground and get this Piccadilly line train. Right, all I have to do now is find the exit and find Black Sheep Coffee. That Holborn tube station's a really deep one, isn't it? 2 sets of very long escalators just to get to the surface level. Right, Black Sheep Coffee should be just down here somewhere. And here we have it, Black Sheep Coffee Holborn. 4 hours 53 minutes 25 seconds. Whew. The estimate was 5 hours, so that is pretty close going. Now I've got 22 minutes to do something, and then I'm heading back to Edinburgh. What do you reckon I should do? I was explaining to the guy behind the counter what I was up to, why I was out of breath, having to climb up those stairs at Holborn, and in 20 minutes time I'm off to Edinburgh again. I think he thinks I'm crazy, and you know something? He might be right. Okay, relaxation time is over. Let's go for the return trip. This is actually the part I'm most worried about. I have to catch the underground to Bank and then connect onto the Docklands Light Railway. Every time I use that system, I get lost. I either use the wrong train or I change at the wrong station. This is where it could all go pear-shaped. I mean, I'm the man that's been to Moscow. I used the Moscow Metro without a problem, even though it's in Cyrillic alphabet. I've used the Metro in Beijing and Shanghai. But the Docklands Light Railway, just I always get lost. Fingers crossed. Right, Holborn Underground Station, around the corner here. According to the Transport for London website, to get from Holborn to London City should take about 45 minutes. And I'm also having a 2-hour check-in at London City. I think that's probably a bit long for a domestic flight, but that's what British Airways recommends, and I'm going according to the rules. Right, let's get in that station here. Okay, Bank Underground Station, 17 minutes and 49 seconds. We can do this. Right, DLR. Well, I managed to get here and not get lost. It helps when it's a direct train straight from Bank to London City Airport. I've never been here before. This is a brand new airport for me, and I believe arrivals into London City are absolutely spectacular. But I'm departing, of course. Right, let's find this airport. Can I also just say the Transport for London website said it was a 45-minute estimate from Holborn to London City. It's actually 47 minutes. Pretty good estimate. One hour and 1 minute from leaving Holborn. I'm airside. Way too much time, but then, like I said, British Airways recommends 2 hours. So here we are. I'm having lunch and a tea. I'll see you once we get close to departure. And I've made it to Edinburgh Airport, but that is the wrong Black Sheep coffee. I still have a tram to catch. This is going to be really, really tight. That's the first time I've ever come off a domestic flight into Edinburgh, and I was totally disorientated until I spotted Wetherspoons, and I thought, aha, I know where I am now. This is actually going to be a lot tighter than I thought it was going to be. I estimated about 5 hours, and it's going to be close to that, very, very close. And I still have to buy a ticket as well. A very nice lady there sold me a ticket and managed to get on and jump the queue. And we're away already. Wow. Geez, oh, when I said this was going to be close, I wasn't kidding. This is going to be very close. Aha, Black Sheep coffee up ahead. And here we are. I will officially stop the time. Wow, that is close. That is really, really close. Right, I'm going to go in there and do some number crunching. Any excuse, I guess, but I'm going to go in there and I'll tell you the results in a few moments. Wow. Okie dokie, Black Sheep Coffee was far too busy to do this outro, so I've come down to Waverley Station to do this. I've got some factoids here on a bit of cardboard for you. Firstly, carbon emissions. By train, 12.5 kilos of CO2. By plane, 165 kilos of CO2. So it's definitely the greener option to go by train. In regards to stress, the train was much more relaxing, not so relaxing going through London City Airport. It's a small airport, but it's crowded and you've got security to get through. I still preferred the train as well. In regards to cost, now this was booked about 2 months ago. By train £60, and that is not including any senior discount. Believe it or not, I do get a senior discount. I know what you're thinking. No, £60 for a full adult fare, £95 for a full adult fare with British Airways. Funnily enough, if you were to book it today, the train would have cost £77 and £93 by Lumo. Now Lumo is supposed to be a low-cost operator, but if you book it on the day today, they're the most expensive option. It's just like Ryanair, sometimes they're not the cheapest option. If you were to book the British Airways flight today, £145 one way, so it is cheaper. Over and above that, you've got your tube costs of £2 to £3 to get to Holborn. If you fly, you've got the cost of getting to London City. You've also got the cost of the tram to get from Edinburgh Airport into the city centre, so it is a more expensive option. But time-wise, you've been waiting for this one, haven't you? The train took 4 hours, 53 minutes and 25 seconds. Keeping in mind the estimate was 5 hours, that's pretty close. The plane was 4 hours, 49 minutes, 22 seconds. So it was a massive 4 minutes quicker to go by air. And can I just say, that nice lady at Edinburgh Airport, she actually issued me a ticket. I was able to jump the queue because a couple of the machines were broken, ticket machines were broken, and I was able to jump the queue. She actually held the door open so I could get on for that sharp departure. If she hadn't done that, I would have been waiting another 10 minutes and the flight option would have been the slower option. So basically there's nothing in it. It's really just up to whether you want a cheaper fare or whether you want to help the environment. Thanks very much for coming along on this, and I'll see you next time.